Hey, in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is 6 ways that you can increase the lifetime value of your customers. More importantly, what that means is increasing the lifetime gross profit that you can make from everyone purchasing from your store. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Tristan Parker. I own Parker Digital, and what we do is we help e-com brands scale to multiple 6 and 7 figures. And I like to put out this free training so I can help many others like yourselves achieve what they're looking to achieve, to grow, to scale, reach 6 figures, reach 7 figures, whatever it might be. My goal here is to just put out content for free that many other people end up paying for. So hopefully when watching this, you're going to find it super valuable. Now, with a lot of customers that we speak to, like the lifetime value is one of the most important things to a business, and rightly so. So if you don't know what lifetime value is, it's what we found most stores are looking or aiming to fix for themselves. Because if you fix this, you're going to make way more money for your business. You know, if you're already running advertisement or spending money or your budget on marketing, you have eyeballs on your site. But if you don't look to increase lifetime value, the only way that you're going to be able to earn more revenue is by pumping more money into advertisement. So what I like to say is try and fix problems on the front end before you start pumping more money into the back end. Okay, so we need to be fixing things on the website. One of those things being, how do you achieve a higher lifetime value for everyone that is already visiting? Once you have solved and improved that, then you can start working on the back end. You can start putting more money into your marketing, into your advertisement efforts, and then everything is just going to explode. Now, before we get into this, please remember to hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know down in the comments, guys, what are you doing to increase your lifetime value, if anything at all? Okay, so the first way that you can increase lifetime value is just to up your price. Okay, increase the prices of your products. Now, it sounds like a no-brainer, but you do have to be careful with this. So for example, you're buying products at cost price. There's probably only so much margin that you can add on top of this, especially if your product isn't unique and there's many other brands or providers selling this product as well. Price too high, you'll end up pricing yourself out and you'll just lose to the competition. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't price high or up your prices, because you absolutely should if it works. Okay, so one way that I've already said is if your product is unique and there's not a lot of competition, then you can up the price and people will be willing to pay for it. But if you are in a position where you're selling products along with a lot of other brands are selling similar products, then the competition is quite high. The way that you can increase your price is by increasing your service offering. So this doesn't necessarily increase the value of the product, but it increases the value of the service. So you could add things like additional guarantee, better customer service, things like that would make paying a little bit more of a premium for products worthwhile for the customer. Now, one key thing to remember here with pricing is if you are pricing high, there's something called perceived value. And typically, if you price a product higher than everyone else, even if the product is very similar or the same, people will look at that and think, okay, well, maybe the product isn't better quality, but the service or the provider must be better. Okay, there's a higher perceived value. Okay, Apple provide smartphones, and they are probably priced up there with being the most expensive phones on the market. Okay, but under the surface, the phone still does a lot that a Samsung does, but the Samsung is priced a lot cheaper than an Apple. Okay, so the reason for that is perceived value. You know, there's a whole status thing with buying an iPhone, and that's why they have been able to dominate the market and up their prices. And that's because perceived value does exist and is a thing. I want you to think about that as well. Can you start captivating another class or another level of market by upping your prices and really capitalizing on perceived value? Okay, so the second thing that you can do to increase lifetime value is to reduce your costs or your overheads. Now, if you can find a way to reduce the overall costs of servicing a customer from end to end, then there's going to be a higher profit margin, therefore meaning that each customer that you receive has more value because you're earning more money from them. Now, the first thing that you can do to try and reduce your costs would be to look at your products. What are the costs of your products? And can you shop around and find that anywhere cheaper? Can you talk to your existing supplier and negotiate a better deal? Or maybe look inside the business and see if there is a process that has taken place that can be streamlined, automated, or replaced by a software. Like an example of this is a customer that we work with. They once had a process that every time someone placed an order on their website, that order would then be printed by a member of staff and physically walked to the warehouse where the warehouse team would pick and pack it. Okay. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal. Obviously depends on how big the brand is, but this brand was a sizable brand doing good revenue. So there was a fair few orders coming through, and buyers just simply suggesting that they fix a small process in their business. They now have their orders come through via their website and automatically be sent through to the warehouse where then it's picked and packed and shipped. That's just one process that was fixed internally, and had a huge difference for the amount of money that they were then receiving per each order. Because they reduced their overheads of servicing a customer from end to end, they reduced their costs. On top of that, if you find a way to reduce your costs and increase your profit margins, you're going to be in a much better position when you advertise on the likes of Facebook or any other social platform or any other advertisement. Okay, so the third way that you can increase the lifetime value of customers is to just sell more. And again, this sounds like a no-brainer, but I want to be specific here. I don't want you to be selling to more customers. I want you to be selling more units or more products per customer. Okay, so this is increasing the average order value of your customers. Now, there are many ways that you can easily implement this into your website or to your business like this week. One of these being a minimum spend for free shipping. So for example, you can have free shipping for any order value above $50. Or you could go a step further and say if you spend $100, you qualify for free next day shipping. Okay, so it's kind of like a higher incentive. And that's exactly what we're doing here is we're incentivizing the customer to add more to their basket so they qualify for something for free. Now, yes, it means that you have to take the cost of shipping, but what that means is overall, you're going to increase the average order value across all of your customers. Okay, so it is going to be super profitable for you. Now, obviously this does depend on your products and how much they cost as to where you put that sort of free qualifying price tag. You know, if you are selling products that are like £200, £300, £400 and you've got free shipping for £100, it's not it doesn't really work. You want to be seeing what your average order value is, add 20% onto it, and then use that as your free shipping benchmark. The other way that you can increase average order value and sell more products is to start bundling your products together. So if you are a bike shop, for example, you sell bicycles, you might have like a safety accessories package, which includes the likes of a helmet, lights, clothing, etc., etc. Whereas if a customer was going to come to you for even just one of those items, they would only consider that item and maybe not even look at the bundle. So you'd have to bundle the products together, and the cost of all the products would be slightly lower than what they would be if they were ordered separately. But again, this is about increasing the average order value and selling more volume per customer coming to the store. Remember, lifetime value is not about increasing the amount of volume of sales coming through. It's about increasing the value of each customer that's already walked through your door or have got eyeballs on your store. Okay, so on to the next way to increase lifetime value for your store is cross-selling. Okay, now don't get cross-selling and upselling confused. They are different, and we will touch on upselling in a minute. But cross-selling means that you are selling a product that complements the product that they are looking at. So let's just stick with the bike example. If they come to your store to buy a bicycle, okay, you could cross-sell them onto a helmet, or you could cross-sell them onto lights, because those products are going to complement the bike that they are looking to purchase. So you just say, hey, would you like a helmet with that bike? Or would you like some lights with that bike? Having these cross-sell items visible at an individual product level on your store is just going to open up the opportunity for customers to discover them, explore them, want them, add them to basket and purchase them. Now, cross-selling when done properly can be really, really beneficial. And there's actually a strategy called loss leader pricing that is pretty popular within retail and supermarkets. And basically what this does is, say supermarkets, what they do is they look at their household items and they sell them at cost price. Okay, so they're not making any money on them. So things like bread, milk, eggs, rice, whatever it might be, they would sell these at cost price. And the purpose of doing that is to invite the customers into the store to get these household items. But on top of that, they have then the opportunity to buy other premium brands within the supermarket. And that's where the margin on those products is slightly higher for that store, and that's where they're going to make the money. And I have seen this done plenty of times on an e-commerce setting as well. A brand that we worked with previously would sell Apple Macs, iPhones, Apple products essentially. That was their key USP. They were an authorized Apple reseller. Okay, but the margins on these products were so low that they didn't really make any profit from them. Very, very minimal. But what they were doing, every time they made a sale on these high-end Apple products, they would then cross-sell them onto other products. They would cross-sell them onto accessories. They would cross-sell them onto tech support. And these things, accessories and tech support, is where the real profit existed within the business. The margins were a hell of a lot higher, and that's how they were able to make their money. But they wouldn't have been able to do that without selling these high-ticket Apple products first that had little to no margin. So if you do know your numbers, cross-selling and this loss leader pricing strategy can work so well for you. Okay, so the next and fifth way to up your lifetime value of customers is upselling. Okay, so this is different to cross-selling. Cross-selling is when you're showing a customer products that relate or complement the product that they were looking at. So they're looking at bikes, and you're offering them helmets and lights, for example. But upselling is when you are offering them a higher ticket premium product, okay? A more expensive item. So for example, they're looking at bicycles, they're looking at a road bike. You might then try to upsell them to an electric road bike, which is perhaps double the price. And ultimately this comes down to, you never really know your customer's position or what they really want. They might think that they want one thing, you show them something else of better quality. Again, here comes perceived value. And then they want that item instead. Or again, phones, they might be looking at a Samsung. You could then upsell them to an iPhone and they think, oh great, yeah, iPhone, I'd love an iPhone, let's get that instead. So you're essentially saying, well, this item's nice, but have you seen this item instead? It's better quality. Now you can do this at product level, okay? But you can also do this in the shopping cart. All right? And I've seen brands do this plenty of times. An example would be a supplement store here. I myself have been upsold to supplements before. You know, I was ordering protein powder, let's say 2.5 pounds of protein, was in my shopping cart. And I then saw a little notification to say, if you upgrade to £5, you could save X amount. Basically, this is really clever because what this does is this is saying you can get £2.5 for say $20. But if you will upgrade to £5, then you could get it for $35. The £5 of protein powder for $35 is saving you $5 compared to if you were to order 2.5 pound protein powders for $40. See how that works? So just by simply adding a message and the opportunity to upsell them to a product, like to a higher cost product of the same item, is also an opportunity for you to increase the lifetime value of your customers. Now, the final way for you to increase lifetime value of your customers is to downsell. Okay, now this might sound a little bit weird, and actually downselling is something that exists more within service-based businesses when they have maybe a service offering like digital marketing or coaching or a digital product of some sort. Okay, but this can exist within e-commerce as well, and it's less popular, but still definitely something to consider. So how downselling works is you are not upselling, it's the complete opposite. You're downselling. So if someone's looking at an item, you're not giving them the opportunity to spend more money here, you're actually giving them the opportunity to spend less. But the way that this is triggered is if, for example, they are looking at an individual product and you can detect their mouse leaving the screen, you could send a pop-up to say, wait, have you considered this item? Okay, it's slightly cheaper. Because people might be shopping around, price is often a factor as to why people leave. If you then show them a great product at a slightly lower price, if it is based on price, they might add that to their cart. And remember, this is all about increasing the lifetime value of customers, getting the most out of the opportunity of people that have landed on your store, all of the eyeballs that you are paying for, maybe through advertisement or other digital marketing opportunities. If you can get as many of those people that land on your site to buy, whether it is cross-selling, upselling, downselling, that's the main goal here. So there is an opportunity for downselling to exist within your business. Obviously, you need to make sure that it's the right fit for you, your brand, and your products. But as I say, it is a way to increase lifetime value. Okay, so that's all 6 ways that you can increase the lifetime value of your customer. We've got increasing your prices, we've got reducing your overheads or your costs, we've got selling more items, we've got cross-selling, we've got upselling, and you've got downselling. So remember what I said at the start of this video, it's all about increasing the opportunities and the efforts on the front end before you start focusing on the back end, okay? We don't want to be sending loads of traffic to your site before we figured out how you can really get the most out of that traffic. The last thing you'd want to do is spend money on advertising and not really get those add to carts or even those conversions. So that's why we focus on the front end, then focus on the back end. And hopefully this video is going to allow you to assess your front end in your business and see what you can do on your website to start increasing the opportunities that are coming through. Now, if you found it valuable, please do give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It also helps other people discover this content. And the more people that discover it, the more people that I'm able to help. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Now, there's more videos coming up on the end screen, which hopefully you will find valuable too. And that's everything I've got for you today, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.